In this tutorial, we're going to continue developing a system to edit data already in our vehicles database. In the previous tutorial, we had repurposed an insert form so that we could then edit it and turn it into an update form. In this way, we can reuse the table and we can add some extra functionality that allows us to change existing details. I've changed the heading here so that it says edit vehicles already in database, and we should have some code that we've seen previously. So we get a row to edit from the get property. We find that information and we are ready to try and use that. Now in the previous example, we added this result as statement get result, but it's actually in the wrong place because we can't get a result until we've actually executed the statement. So line 27 and 28 here need to be swapped around. So I'm going to highlight row 28, move it above line 27, so we're executing the actual statement query, and then we can use the results. We can have a quick look at what that looks like if we just fetch that information. We know at this stage there's only exactly one row, so we don't need to set up a while loop, we can just use it directly. So I could say something like dollar details equals dollar result points at fetch underscore a sock. So fetch associated array from the actual results that were sent back, which should be a single row. What we could then do is we can print underscore r dollar details, and that way we should be able to see what information has been asked to be edited. So I'm going to stick that up on the server for a quick look, and we will then see what we are getting. So I've moved that file up to the server. I've then accessed that, and you can see we've got our edit buttons here. If I choose record 4 school bus and click on edit, then you can see that it's gone to an edit vehicle script, and it is actually number 4 school bus, which has appeared here. So we want to start putting that into these fields and making an update rather than an insert record. So back at our form, what we need to do is to use these details. So details is result fetch a sock. I'm going to just remove, I'll leave the print in there, that shouldn't really cause any problems. Okay, so I'm going to rearrange the table to be a bit more accessible as an update rather than an insert here. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to take the form that's currently going to insert, and I'm going to change that to update vehicle. Then I'm going to rearrange, instead of having them across a single row, I'm going to have each option in its own row. So I want to have the name of the new vehicle, or the name of the existing vehicle, and that's then going to have next to that our insert option. We'll just put it here, and then that is me finished with that table row. So /tr to finish that off. Then I'm going to open another table row. I want to have the number of wheels, and then I'm going to take an input number of wheels beside that. And then I'm going to close that table row. I'm going to open another table row, and then I'm going to have whether it can fly or not. And I'm actually going to swap over from our checkboxes here, but we'll see what we're getting at the moment before I make the changes. So I'm finished with that table row. And then I'm going to open another table row here. That's to do our insert. And we're then going to have our submit button there. And instead of submit vehicle, I'm going to say submit update vehicle. And instead of add vehicles to table, I'm going to say alter this vehicle, or alter the vehicle table. Okay, if I have a look at what that's looking like, we've got the name, we've got the number of wheels, we've got the tick if it can fly, and so on. Now what we can do, the information that we're just print R-ing at the moment to put them all out onto the screen, we can instead sprinkle into the code itself. So one of the things we would want to have inside this form is actually the vehicle ID. That's very important if we're going to do an update to a particular record. So I'm going to put in here an input, and the type of that will be a hidden field. And the name of it is going to be something like vehicle to edit. So text vehicle to edit. Strictly speaking, it will be a number, but it's effectively a text box. And we need to give it a value. So this value is something that hides behind the scenes, but we will always know which record we're looking at. So that value is going to be, and we're going to use complex parsing here. So we're going to open and close a curly bracket. That tells, let's start off with opening some PHP. So question mark PHP and close our PHP there. Then we're going to echo, and we are going to, we don't need to do any complex parsing. We can just take it directly, can't we? We're going to take $details, square bracket, which I'm going to close, double quotes, and then we need the name of a specific field, and that will be vehicle ID. So one of the reasons it was a helpful thing to print our information to the screen is we can see the actual names we need to use here. Vehicle ID, name, num wheels with a lowercase w there, and can fly. So I'm echoing the contents of that field. Strictly speaking, you should put a semicolon on there, and that will be inside the value, and then I can just close that input. I'm going to do the same thing for these other inputs. The new vehicle name, instead of new vehicle name, I want to change it to something like, actually no, new vehicle is actually fine, isn't it? It's a new name for the vehicle. So new vehicle name is going to be text, it's an input, but now I'm going to say value equals, and then inside there we do the same thing again. We open a PHP, we close the PHP, and then in between those we're going to step an echo, $details, square brackets. Inside the square brackets we've got some single quotes, and inside that we've got the name of the field, which was just simply name. For number of wheels, we already had a value of 0 here. We're going to replace that with a PHP. We're going to go inside that, we're going to echo the current value, which was $details, square brackets, single quotes, and in there it was num wheels, not in camel case properly. That was a bit of a mistake there, where the W is a lowercase wheels. We don't really need to have a space in there either. The tick if it can fly. Now really we would want to assign the checkbox here based on what we've got. But what we're going to do is we're going to update this. Instead of being a checkbox, which is a bit problematic, we're going to replace that with an actual drop-down value that saves the user from typing anything in. For the moment, we will just echo the value in here. So I'm going to say question mark PHP echo dollar details, open and close square brackets, stick in a single quotes, and that was can fly. And we need to remember, of course, to close the PHP. So this all looks good to go. We seem to have an extra table row there that's not necessary, so I'm just going to remove that. And if I check this, seems strange here, but that's because it's not being parsed by an actual PHP server. So I'm going to save that, boot it up to the server, and we'll see what we've got. So if I choose now to edit number 2 biplane, click on edit, information's come through and it's been put into the actual field ready to use, and you can see tick if can fly is showing me a number 1 here. So I'm actually, if I go to my database, you can see I'm going to make some changes here. What I'm going to do is to put in a new table which is about flight capability. So I've given it a capability ID, and the 0 and the 1 still our Boolean values are matching up to what we had before. 0 means not able to fly, 1 means flight capable. But I've extended this to also include category 2, flight only. So for example, something like a rocket ship or a hot air balloon can't drive around, it can only fly. Or gliding, and gliding is where it's not powered flight, so it's dropping gracefully rather than flying. And I'm going to use these to create a lookup table. So back in our editVehicle, what we're going to do is we're looking at this section here about the can fly, and I'm just going to comment this bit out. So angle bracket, exclamation mark, dash dash, that's a PHP, that's an HTML comment, dash dash, angle bracket, and I'm going to replace this with a whole new version. So I'm going to put in a TD, and what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to stick in a drop down so we can see what a drop down looks like. So if I double click a drop down here, you'll see that what happens is it gets a selection with a name, and then we give it a list of options, and these are the options which appear. If I show you how we edit that, you'll see that, for example, if I was to call this, if I modify this first choice, and then choice 1, I specify a value that says first, and I say that's going to be selected. I'm going to add another one, which is other choice, specifying value, and that's going to say second, and that is going to be not selected. And you can see that what that does is it gives a value inside the option property, but the actual thing that appears on screen is between the option and closing option brackets. So we will develop this as a drop down in the next section of the tutorial.